There we go. Okay, so we are starting week 3 with Earn the Fit, and tonight we're going to be talking about PRV. Me, Anya, and Katrina have all split up with our topics, so we're all going to be covering a few different things. PRV is one of the first things that we talk about with the 3 legs of success because it is the base of your business. It is what you have to have a business. If you don't have your PRV, you literally don't have a business. The PRV, the higher the PRV, the more opportunities you have, the more customers you have, the more conversations you have, and that all leads to a bigger, better business. So it all starts with your PRV. And that's why I always tell my girls that once they have their PRV figured out, then they're ready to move on to the next leg. Just because if you don't have consistent high PRV as a leader, that's the first thing you need to be focusing on. So we're just going to be talking tonight about ways to get PRV, why PRV is important. If you have a question, just put it in the chat box and we'll answer it at the end. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and let Anya go first.
Okay. Sorry, I was trying to post my story. Okay, so I get to talk to you guys about online parties and Scentsy Club, which is super fun. Those are like 2 of my favorite things. So with online parties, I have ask everyone. Just ask. Like, go for the no, you guys. Like, I know, I'm sure, I'm trying to see who's on. A lot of you have kids, right? And I'm sure when you tell your kid no, sometimes like they start to get tears in their eyes and you're sitting there like, what are you crying for? Like, I only said no. What are you crying for? Right? Like, it's the same thing. Like, I just said no. It's not that big of a deal to where you should be freaking out or internalizing that. Like, no is a no for now. It's not for forever. But go for the no. Like, who cares? At the end of the day, they're not paying your bills. So just ask all the people, okay? And then my other thing is make it super simple, you guys. If you have word vomit when you're asking someone to do a party, and most of the time they say, well, what exactly does that entail? And you're like, all the things. Like, that's not helpful. And that's not going to get you a yes. I'm going to tell you that because it freaks people out. And I'm sure some of you have done parties with other direct sales companies. And sometimes it's like, I have to do all what to get something for free or half off? Like, that's no, I don't want to do all that. So make it as simple as you can for your host, okay? With that, you still have to host as coach. So for me, to make it super simple, I tell my hostesses, listen, like everything that I post, ask a question or 2, tag some people if something reminds you of them, make 1 post that says, I'm so excited, I can't wait to get all the free stuff, or thank you guys for supporting me. That's like the limit to my hostess coaching, because if I go over that, it does freak people out and I don't want to do that. So make sure your hostess coaching a little bit, don't overwhelm them. And of course you're gonna have some people come to you where they're like, I want to do a party, I want all the free things. And usually if you can get them to do 1 party, later in the next catalog season, they'll do another because they want free and half off stuff. They know how it works, okay? And then with that, not every party's gonna qualify, right? So for me, one of Scentsy's biggest things is give more than you take. So for me, I try to make every single party qualify. And if it doesn't, I'm still spoiling that host. So that might look like, instead of my catch-all party that I have that normally goes for me to get things for my business, I take some of those people who want to order and I'm like, hey, can you please order under this hostess's link instead of the other link, so that my hostess can go ahead and get rewards. And on my VIP page, it's very clear, pick a party. If you're gonna order randomly through the month, pick a party, because I want my hostesses to get the most, because they deserve that, it's not all about you getting all of your stuff free, right? Yes, they will come back to you and refer you. You're absolutely right, Katrina. When you spoil those hostesses, it matters. And not even during the party, but after the party, you guys. I actually brought this stuff out. So for me, I send all of my hostesses like a goodie thing in the mail, okay? It usually has a bar in it, and then small stuff. I literally get these face masks. I bulk get them off Amazon. I want to say it's like $9 for like 20. Okay, I do a face mask. I do some Scentsy soap with a little cute little label. I give them a sample of something. Oh, I'm stuck. A sample of something. I bought a pack of hair ties from Walmart, so I just put it all together with a hair tie. Okay, $1 pair of socks. a scent circle, and a join brochure. That's what I said. It doesn't have to be that big if you don't want to be, but that's what I do for mine so that they know I do appreciate you. And then a thank you note. Thank you so much for hosting. And I usually put something like, you worked hard for hosting, so enjoy this goodie package and now relax and enjoy your free stuff, okay? Because I want them to feel special. And even if they don't qualify, if something happens and they just happen to not qualify, I still send them that package, okay? And they will get something half off from me. One way or another, I will figure out a way to make it worth their while, all right? I actually had a party the end of last week, and her party didn't qualify. Well, I had a party that I was the host of that was already qualified, and she worked so hard, but people just wanted to wait. They're like, I heard the new catalog comes. So I switched our names. So now she gets those rewards because she worked so hard, and I want to bless my hostess. Like, I'm not going to be selfish in that. So that's huge. And then I'll tell you, again, like with that, even make sure you're spoiling your customers and giving them all the goods too. I don't know, Whitney, the exact number, what is it, 10%, right, of what you're making should go back into your business. That includes your customers. So think about that also. And then for the parties, if you are not going to do a live Facebook party, you need to be live at one point or another during that party. So if your party's just posts, you need to be live, like suck it up. I say that in the nicest way possible. People want to order from you because they like you, they like your personality, and they want to get to know who they're buying from. That's one of the best things about like a direct sales company. When you get to know who you're purchasing from, you're more likely to purchase from them again. I had someone tell me a few days ago, she's like, my mother-in-law and I, we want to order from you. We have a Scentsy guide, but we just think you're so fun and you have kids to support. And I'm like, I'm not trying to take nobody's customers, but I ain't mad at it. Like, let's be real. So because she got to know me, she saw my face, she saw my personality, and she's like, okay, done. Like, you got to show your personality, even if it's your hands, show something and talk in a video. Okay. Like, if you don't want to show your face, do something, anything. And like Whitney said, yeah, make videos to reuse. I have them saved on my phone, and I reuse them in a party and make sure your posts are engaging. So ask them a question, like if you're going to go around and show the warmers, hey, which warmer of mine did you really, really love? When they see you in your element, in your home, and they get to know you, it just means so much more. That's another reason why I have our family picture on my thank you cards, so people can see my family, because they want to get to know who they're buying from, okay? You got to engage with them and create an experience. A party can't just be, I have an example in my mind. I don't want to say any like specific companies, but I had a party a little bit ago. Yes, cookie cutter, can't be cookie cutter. And I had a party a little bit ago, and it's the same words, all like back to back to back to back. And I'm like, okay, that was really boring. Like nobody wants to do something boring, you guys. Like, let's be real. So show your personality, be silly if you have to. People like that stuff. And I'll tell you too, if you're nervous about going live, people actually like it when you make mistakes. Like they do. And if you can laugh at yourself, 10 times better. People love it. They're like, oh, that's so funny. Like, I try really careful to like watch my language. But the other day I was doing a party and I was talking about the bathroom cleaner, and I'm like, it covers up boy piss. And I was like, I did not mean to say that. And they were cracking up, and they're like, girl, we feel you. Yes, that is right. And I'm like, thank you. See? Yes, boomerangs, absolutely. Like boomerangs, videos of your stuff, or pictures of you with your products, right? Like if you put your face in there or your hand in there or something, you guys, you got to make it personal. That is like the biggest thing. People love that. Live videos and real life pictures too will catch someone's eye better than a graphic. So when you're doing a thank you, go to Instagram, hashtag whatever you're looking for. What is it? Spin wall fan diffuser. Find a real life picture, screenshot it, crop it, put it on there. Thank you, Casey, for your order. You're going to love this thing. No mess, no spills. Your kids aren't even going to be able to break it because it's medical grade plastic, and my 4-year-old has thrown it, and it'll be fine. Like, they love it. And then more eyes are on the products too, the people who didn't watch your videos, right? So think about that, okay? For your parties, I think it's the more personal you guys can make it, the better, honestly. Okay, Scentsy Club. So I went through my PRV. Yes, Katrina, shout every single person that orders. Every single one should get a thank you from you. Like, not just a personal thank you sent to their house, some way or another, like, but an actual thank you on the post as well. And I will say too, I didn't write this down. At the end of every single party, I go through and I ask, well, I usually ask my host first if it's okay if I check in with all of her guests. They say yes because they don't want to do it. And then people answer, people won't answer. Okay, whatever, moving on. But those who order, always, 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 hey girl, can I add you on Facebook so I can check in with you later about how much you liked your order? I have had one person say, oh, well, can I just be added to your VIP group instead? Yeah, no problem, because you can still see my stuff. So that is great too, right? And I can still check in. She answered my message. I can still check in. But adding them to your, there's two things. Adding them to your personal Facebook page is huge. They get to see your life. They get to know you. But then again, be careful of what you're posting. Like, be mindful. It's still your page, but be mindful because you do run a business, right? And you don't want to turn people off from posting crazy things, okay? Or she needs to join. Okay, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Katrina, but okay. Okay, so I went through for my Scentsy Club, and I actually calculated up. So from my Scentsy Club orders, I had $362.61 of PRV, well, PRV orders that I was not counting towards my PRV. My goal this month was to have 2,500 PRV, or 2,500 PRV, but I didn't include any Scentsy. I don't include Scentsy Clubs. So that was just extra fun, like exciting PRV that I wasn't expecting to have, right? And that is like push Scentsy Club, you guys. It's beneficial to your customers, especially now. Like, you get a half off item. Holy crap, that's amazing. You know, people don't care so much about shipping when they're getting half off item. Let's be real. So every single one of your customers should know about Scentsy Club without a doubt. Every single one. Whether you're sending them a flyer in the mail, whether you're emailing them about it, whether you're sharing it on your stories. I heart on my team. Share in your stories. More people see your stories than they do your actual Facebook post, because Facebook is set up on an algorithm. Share in your stories. Seriously, you guys. Talk about it. Talk about it. Show a flyer if you want. Point things out. However you have to do it, every single customer should know about Scentsy Club. I'll tell you this. I showed my whiff box last month from Scentsy Club on my actual Facebook page, not my VIP page. And I have a new customer from it, and she also does Scentsy Club. So she did a $100 order this month, and then she also did Scentsy Club. And she's never ordered from me or liked anything ever. But she's like, you're making me want all the things, because I talked about Scentsy Club and I showed my stuff that I got from Scentsy Club. You should be enrolled in Scentsy Club too. You can't tell people how awesome it is if you're not using it and doing it. You can't tell them how it works, how to change their items out. I realized the other day with the new system, it's not as easy to do on a phone as it is on a computer. On a computer, super, super easy. Would never know that if I didn't have my own Scentsy Club. Scentsy Club, okay? So, and when you're doing it, when you get your stuff, go live. Take a picture of it if you don't want to go live. Take a picture of it and be like, oh my gosh, my Scentsy Club. I'm obsessed. This is amazing. Also, you guys, scent and warmer of the month now comes bricks. Hello, there are bricks in Scentsy Club. So excited. You're going to get that. I almost said a bad word. Big old brick. You're going to get it, and you're going to show it, and you're going to be like, look, you can get this in all of these scents on Scentsy Club. That's huge, you guys. That's huge. That makes people want Scentsy Club. It's kind of like when you're recruiting and you want to show people the best parts of the business so they want this life too, and they want that freedom too. It's the same thing with Scentsy Club. Show it to them so they can want it too, okay? Yes, they're exclusive. Exactly. You can't get them regularly. You have to get them through Scentsy Club. I almost wish they would have kept the whiff box like that, because I kind of liked it that way, but that's just my own opinion. So you have guaranteed PRV, like that is amazing and wonderful. Send extra love to your Scentsy Club people. When you're sending out your monthly mail, send extra love. I don't care if it's a dollar face mask. I don't care. It's something Scentsy should be always included in your goodies you're sending to people. It can be 3 or 4 samples with a little felt square if you need it to be. Whatever it needs to be in your budget, but send them something a little extra to make them know they are special to you and you appreciate their Scentsy Club stuff, okay? Because seriously, it's exciting when you get those Scentsy Club things and then you're over your PRV and you're like, holy crap, that's amazing. And it's exciting and it's good for you and it's good for them. So make sure they know, because people need to know you have their best interest at heart. With Scentsy Club, you do. You have their best interest at heart. They can rotate their items. They can do all the stuff. The gold, thanks, Katrina. You love that gold mask. Thank you, girl. So yeah, so perks, show all the stuff, and don't just post in your VIP group. Like, my mom is on my team and she's new and she's like, I definitely thought you meant post, but I thought it was only my VIP group. No, everywhere. everywhere, all the places, because your VIP group, they've probably already bought from you. Your actual Facebook page, you're reaching all different kinds of people that have never bought from you. They've never maybe heard of Scentsy. They've never tried it for themselves. Reach all the people. Okay? That's all I have for you.
Awesome sauce. If y'all have any questions, like I said, put it in the chat box. I'm gonna let Katrina go. What did we say? Next or last? I can't remember. Me next, right?
If you wanted me to do follow-up separate from bag parties,
I'll just let you go.
do you want me to do follow-ups too, though?
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and go, and then you can.
Okay.
If that works. Okay, so I have my notes on my phone. I am going to talk to y'all about home parties and open houses. So with home parties, it's taken it back 15 years when Scentsy first started. That is how you could party. That was the only way you could party. And so a lot of people think they have to do that to keep their business running now, which we all know is not the case. Home parties are amazing, though. They will literally be your best parties you ever have. Obviously, are we still technically in a pandemic? I don't know. But we aren't really able to do those right now. I think we're maybe slowly getting back to those. So once you feel comfortable, you can start asking people to do those. But they are going to be your best parties for a few reasons. One, you're going to get interaction with people. People are going to get to know you. They're going to get to conversate with you. Like Anya was saying with the online parties, like we're able to do that with technology. We're able to show our personality through that. But hold on 1 minute. Let me see. There we go. Okay. But we are able to do that obviously in person when we have a home party. We can talk to people. We can show them the product in person. They can smell it obviously in person. We can talk about the notes. We can talk about how they come. We can talk about what other products they come in and just make that like one-on-one connection with people. So you're able to build relationships with people when you are having a home party. Let's see. So obviously COVID's going on. Leave it up to the host with what she wants to do. So obviously it's great to have a host, obviously, to host your party. She can do whatever she wants. She can do light snacks. You can make it a theme party. There's just literally the possibilities are endless with a home party. But just know that if you have the opportunity to do one, you should definitely take that opportunity because you're not going to be able to talk or have a conversation with someone like that through a computer. It's just not the same. And like I said, the host can do anything they want. They can do a theme. They can do, hold on 1 minute. So you have the option to do a theme party. You can have them do like a full dinner. They can do snacks. They can do wine. They can do water, whatever they want to do. But the thing about a home party is that you also have the option to do a open house. With the open house, it's kind of the same thing, but I see open houses as something that I personally host as the host and the consultant. And I do these at least every catalog change. So every time there's new scents out, I want everyone that's local to me to come over. I want them to smell the scents. I want to get to know them. I moved to New York in July, and last year I had an open at the end of June. So yeah, it was like July 1, I think, when we got our house. And I ended up having an open house in September. Early September. So I was there a little over a month, and some of y'all know how that goes with PCSing. It's really uncomfortable because you don't know who's going to show up. You don't know anything. It's scary, right? Because you don't really even know that many people that far in, but it helps you build your customer base. It lets people know who you are, what you're doing. Like I said, I personally have it every catalog season, and I have all the new scents out. This is also an opportunity where you can show your stock. You can let people know that you have stock on hand, because you cannot publicly post that. But you can share that, one, you have stock on hand, and two, show the stock. Some of the stuff is not available anymore. You can have that out. I always have all of my bars out, in addition to the catalog. And when I did mine last time, obviously I didn't have as many people as probably I would like to, but I met people and they became my consistent customers ever since, because I was building a relationship with them. The other part of an open house is, you don't have say you are struggling for PRV, throw an open house. If you don't have a party, throw one your own. And that's not even just for open houses or home parties, but that's for an online party. If you can't find a host, host one your own and invite potential hosts, invite past customers. If you don't have that many, if you're just getting your business started up, that's with any of these parties. Host your own, have people over, or do a live session online, or whatever it may be. Let me check the chat real quick if there's any questions. Yeah, so right now it's a little different with COVID going on, but you can make that decision on your own. So a flyer. So for my personal open houses, I do make flyers. I share it on my Facebook. And I make an event. You can post in your, you can have signage that you are a Scentsy consultant, but it can only be temporary. So I think I don't know what the timing is on that, but you can say open house today or open house tomorrow from 5 to 6, or open house today from 5 to 6. So people in your neighborhood, if they're walking by, they can see that, but you cannot have like a permanent sign outside that says you're a Scentsy consultant. So that's another way you can do it. That's one thing that I was going to do this time coming up. Just because when it is nice in New York, we have a lot of people out and about. And so I think that would be beneficial for people that I haven't met yet. So if you have the opportunity to do a home party, definitely take it. Again, we're in a weird time right now, but it gives you so many more opportunities than what we have online. And again, whatever home parties you have, it's going to take more of your time, because you're going to have to pack up, and you're going to have to not be able to take your kids, or put your kids in bed and go to a party, or whatever it may be. But it's going to be worth it in the long run, because you're going to be meeting your customers one-on-one. So those were the two things I have. Katrina, I'm gonna let you go, and then I have a few other things as well. So Katrina, if you wanna take over.
All right, I'm so pumped. So mine was bag parties and follow-ups, and I'm gonna talk to you about bag parties first. The reason why I'm pumped is because I was like, well, I need to get all my bag parties in order. I have like 5 of them always ready to go, but I realized I had already put my new testers in them, but I was like, oh, these are some old samples, y'all. I had like caramel apple craze from like when it was a scent of the month in there, okay? So it's coming back, so I kept the samples, but I was like, I don't need these flyers anymore. So I just wanted to show you guys real quick what a bag party can look like. It's not what a bag party should look like, but what it can look like, because bag parties, you literally can make them whatever you want. You can do them in whatever you want. And so I personally have 2 different types of bag parties. One's for my locals that are in a big bag like this. And it's super cute. It's a bathing suit wet bag. There's glitter on the outside. I like that it's clear, because when my host carries it around, people are gonna go, what is that? Because they can see stuff in it. I also hang a little buddy clip off of it. It smells really good. You can smell it if you're sitting right next to it. People are gonna be like, what's that smell? They're gonna ask questions when they see this. The other type, I haven't put it together yet. It's just a pencil pouch. These are 97 cents at Walmart right now. They have a clear pouch, so you can still see in them. So as I show you what's in this bag party, I'll tell you the difference in what I would put in one that I'm gonna mail, okay? So for starters, the first thing that I put in here is testers. Now, I've been a consultant a little bit longer than some of you guys have, so you might not have the extra testers to do this with. I mean, I've got like old school mini testers, big party testers. Use whatever you have on hand. You do not want to put all of your testers in it though. Absolutely not. Because God forbid you don't get your bag party back. You want to only have to replace what few testers were in there. Or if you do get it back, but they left it in their car or something to that effect and you've got to replace them. Just my personal opinion, I would never charge a customer if they ruined my testers. It's just my personal opinion. Some consultants do like a contract or something. Don't do that. Just, no, mistakes happen. It's fine. Testers are $1 a piece. If you only put 9 testers in, it's only $9 you got to buy from the consultant store. So I chose to put, because I have a lot, I chose to put 2 of these bags. These bags are actually in the consultant store. They fit 9 testers perfectly in them. And I pick and choose just a few different scents from each category in there. That way they have a little bit of variety. And then I have 2 catalogs. And then I threw in 2 or 3 product lists, because with a bag party, the only thing I want back in this bag party is my bag, my buddy clip, the order forms, and the testers. Everything else the host gets to keep. I want her to give things away. So I've got 5 order forms in here, and I've even gone through and highlighted what I want filled out, what I need filled out on there. Have a brochure, one of each that I have that I've put scented stickers on. So I've got a pet line, a join brochure, a clean brochure, a laundry, and a body all in there. And then this is the fun stuff. There's also a pen in here because I want her to have everything. The rest of the stuff is samples, and this is stuff that I don't want her to keep. I want her to give to her friends so that they can try stuff. Or if she wants to keep it for herself, she can. But I'm also going to give her, like what Anya was saying, she's going to get a hostess gift from me. So I want her to spoil her friends so they can try all the things. So I've got a set of laundry samples, a scent soft and a laundry liquid. I've got washer whips that I've made up. It's just 1 scoop in a little Mylar bag. I've got a body sample in here, and it's either going to be like a lotion from the Success Store or a soak sample that I've made, which my soak samples look the same as this. I've got 2 or 3 of the scent of the months, and this is just how I package up my scent of the month stuff because they're easy to like just throw in my purse. It's really just a 4x6 zipper bag with a scent of the month sample in there with the flyer. I just fold it so you can see it on the outside. My information, by the way, is on every single piece of everything in here because the host is not going to keep all this. She's going to take this to work. She's going to take it to the gym. She's going to take it wherever she takes it. And she's going to be like, oh my gosh, yes, I love washer whips. Girl, she put a sample of this in here. Take it. Go use it. Well, guess what? There's my information right there on the back of it. So now when her friend falls in love with it and she's going to go, oh my gosh, yes, I need to order that. If her party's already closed or something, she still has my information to order. So literally everything, even the body sample, okay? Even the body sample has a label on it. So that's all that I put in this besides the paper stuff, which I'm super excited to laminate and show you guys that. The only difference, I know that this is a much smaller bag. We're gonna do a condensed version of that in the pencil bag, okay? This is not going to get testers. This is going to get felt samples of all of the new release scents. That is the importance, it's one of the important things of bulk sampling at the beginning of every catalog season. This catalog season is a little different with our transition. It's the only time that since I've been a consultant where they haven't offered the transition, during transition month, the new season sales kits to purchase. This time it was only for Grow with the Flow incentive earners, but August 1st, you guys will be able to purchase those new scents And you'll be able to use host rewards to get those bars too, guys. So my advice would be use your host rewards in August to get just a bar of each of the 10 new scents. Make your samples, bulk make them, because then you will have them for the whole season. If anyone ever messages you and they live 3 states away and they really want to know what something smells like, you can go, oh, I have that. Let me pop one in the mail for you. It's a stamp. It's one stamp. Even if you put multiple felt samples in there. So I'm going to have a little bag in here that has 10 felt samples instead of testers. The rest of the stuff is going to go in here. A catalog fits in here. Product brochures fit in here. Flyers fit in here. Probably won't be able to put as many samples in here, but I'm going to shove as many samples as I can in here. And it's going to be stuff that can't melt. And everything that goes in this is going to fit in like a priority bubble mailer. And I'm going to tell my hosts to keep this. You don't have to mail it back to me. Some people choose to have their stuff mailed back to them. That's why I don't care. This was 97 cents, 97 cents at Walmart. And honestly, after the school shopping is done, this stuff is going to be it's probably going to be marked down even more. I literally just bought 10 of these at Walmart today. Yeah, I know Nikki's a couponer. So, I'm gonna put in a priority bubble mailer. I want priority so I can put tracking on it, so I can let my host know when it's gonna get to her. But also you don't want anything meltable because it's hot. It's really hot and you don't want stuff to stick together. But literally the only thing in here that I would not send is I would still send a scent of the month sample, but it wouldn't be a wax sample. It would be a felt sample that's in this. So that way you don't have to put an ice pack in here. And then they can keep the pencil holder. They can keep it, give it to their kids, put crayons in it. Or you can flip them and this can be they can do their launch party with everything in this bag. Everything in this bag, they can keep it. And so the paper stuff that's going to go in here, and I talked to Whitney and Anya, and we're going to upload these after we're done. I found a phenomenal, I want to say Chastity Robinson made this, maybe Chloe Cox, one of them. It was in Guide to Growth. So if you guys did Guide to Growth, the bag parties, there was a whole file in the Guide to Growth drive, and it's amazing. And I'm going to laminate all the things tonight. I printed everything. So, and this is just tells you what the bag party is. Grab, sniff, share, and it tells them everything. Welcome to the party. Don't overthink this. Share all the smell goods. Flip this over for all the rewards. So I'm going to laminate this on the back. And this is the host rewards. And this tells them how they get all their host rewards with this. And then also shipping quick tips. This breaks down like how to calculate shipping and how we do shipping first and then tax, how to get an accurate total. And it also lets them know like how much their shipping, they can expect their shipping to be on this. And the last thing is literally an example of an order form. It's just an example of an order form. So all these things, these 4 pieces of paper, which they're going to be laminated front and back. So it's just going to be two things laminated, and they're going to fit in both of these bag parties. And that way, and I mean, they probably won't want to keep this, but even if you don't laminate it, like it doesn't matter. It's paper, like print more. If you don't have HP Insta Ink, by the way, you need it. You need it. But that's it for bag parties. Does anybody have any questions about bag parties or anything? Yes, Dollar Tree has amazing little bottles, and there's goodies in there that you can spoil your hosts with. Like Anya was saying, go to Amazon and get get face masks and scrunchies and socks and stuff. Buy it in bulk. It's a tax write-off. If you're gifting it to your host, it's a tax write-off. Let me see. The other, where do I get the 4x6 bags from? I get the 4x6 bags from Walmart. You can get them at any craft store, but I get them at Walmart in the jewelry craft section. They're with the bead bags. They have 4x6, 3x4, and 2x3. And I buy all 3 sizes because I fit something in all of them. I will also have in these bags, I forgot to grab them because they're in my purse, my counter clean. I'll probably put 1 counter clean and 1 Scentsy Fresh sample in there too. I want to load it with as many samples as possible because I want my host to get this and be like, oh my gosh, look at all this stuff. And I get to keep it. I get to keep everything. Yeah, you get to keep everything. I just want my bag and my testers back. And I know I said with this one, I don't want anything back. I just want my non-local host to just text me a pic of all the order forms. Just text me a pic of it. If it's got a customer's credit card information on it, do the right thing and delete it when you're done using it. Don't keep it on your phone. Honestly, my non-locals, I prefer to not get payment information. I have so many customers, God love them, that are like my mom or my grandma's age, and they want to just send me a picture of their credit card. Don't do that. Don't encourage your customers to do that at all. I always tell them I can do Facebook Pay, PayPal, or we can do card over the phone. I never just say card is an option. I say card over the phone, and you can call me so that you know that I am who I say I am. I never call them, they call me. That way they know that they're calling me, and it's not like a scammer company calling them trying to get their information. So do the right thing with customer information, by the way. Anya, do you have a question? Unmute yourself. I can't hear you.
Sorry, I always start to talk before I mute myself.
I thought you were taking me to church, girl. I'm like,
yeah, I had a question, or not a question. I have like a good thing to say. I mean, sometimes I do. I get you. I was gonna say you definitely want to make sure for the bag parties, if they're not local, or even if they are and you don't know them. I had this happen to me this month. I had a customer who's consistently spent like $30 every other month, asked me to do a bag party to see what was in it for them, and no orders, no nothing, never heard anything back from that person. So it's a really good thing that I had only samples and a little 97-cent bag in that bag party. So that is a very good, I remember messaging Whitney and she's like, do not give that person all of your good stuff if you don't know them. So just keep that in mind too, because I mean, it's
absolutely. Absolutely, yes. And especially, if you don't know the person, even if they're local, you don't have to put your testers in there. You can put felt samples in. I'm telling you, bulk make your samples to where you don't have to put testers in there. It's okay if they're local to you. If they want to know, if they're local to you and they want to know what else something smells like, then you can say, well, hey, before you do your bag party, why don't we do a one-on-one little sip and sniff? And then that way you can smell all the things. Take a picture, make a list of everything that you like. That way you know what to recommend to your friends. And let me tell you something, you guys, bag parties are the easiest of the parties to flip, to get someone to join, because they are essentially doing all the work for you. They're doing the job of a consultant. All you're doing is putting orders in on the workstation. That's it. And I mean, you're packaging things up too, but I like to get my hosts involved. If they're local to me, when that order comes in, you're going to come over and help me package up orders. You're going to help me label things. You're going to help me put together thank you stuff for them, because they get to see how fun it is for me, because all of my customers know that Scentsy time is my happy time. I could be having the worst day ever, and Scentsy time is what might be stressful and work for someone else to be like, oh, I can't believe I have to do this and this and this and this. That's my me time, and I love it. It can turn my whole mood around to have to package up an order, to have to make samples, to have to do thank yous. It's never like a task or like a chore to do for me. So I like my customers and my hosts to see that this is fun. It's fun. It's work, but it's not work. And I'm getting paid. You could do this too, and you could be getting paid too. It's just another great way to build that connection and that relationship with your hosts, with your customers. The other thing was, sorry, I was taking notes, so I have to flip back to my outline. The next thing that I was going to talk to you guys about was follow-ups. And I apologize, because y'all know I can talk more than Whitney and Anya put together. So I'm sorry if it runs over. So I know some of you might be thinking follow-ups, but I thought we were talking about PRV. Why are we talking about follow-ups? I'm the first person to admit, Whitney, don't yell at me for saying this. I have had months where I've had killer PRV and I didn't have a single party. All of my PRV that month came from follow-ups. And it is feasible to do that. You absolutely can get, at the very least, your minimum 500 as a leader, especially 200 just to be active. It's very easy if you're consistent. That's the key word, consistent with your follow-ups, and that you have a system. You can't just go off the top of your head with, you know, or like you can't even keep like notes in like your phone or anything. Like, oh yeah, I talked to so-and-so today, and like you need some sort of system. So whether you're a pen and paper person or you like digital, I have really made Amy or Maven, whatever you want to call it, I've made that work for me. As much as I want to be a pen and paper person, when it comes to follow-ups, I'm pen and paper with everything else. I love me a good checklist and everything, but when it comes to follow-ups, I suck at keeping track of it with pen and paper. I have to have, like, I like that Amy tells me, hey, Jessica just ordered 2 weeks ago. You should send her a thank you. Jessica just ordered 3 weeks ago. You should follow up with her, ask her if her order came out okay. And guys, you can play around with that app and you can customize your templates so you don't sound like a robot. Like if you don't call someone like, hello, Jessica, how was your XYZ on your order? Like you can customize it to, hey girl, hey, just want to make sure you got all your goodies and that you liked everything. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to sound like a template. But the big thing is finding something that works for you. You can choose your frequency. The best frequency that a lot of leaders will preach to you is the 2x2x2. It's 2 days after they get an order to make sure that it's not just sitting by their door. Make sure that they at least opened it. Then 2 weeks later to, hey, what did you warm first? What's your favorite? Where did you put the warmer? Show me a picture. And then 2 months after they ordered, hey, what are you running out of? Do you need a refill? It's don't overcomplicate it and don't overthink it. And when you are consistently following up with someone, it turns like if you're building your relationships with your customers and you're talking to them about more than just Scentsy. Don't just message them only when there's an LTO coming out or only when they're having follow-ups. If you have an actual relationship with your customers and you're interacting, like Anya was saying, work that Facebook algorithm and comment, be intentional with who you're communicating with. When you do go to follow up and you are consistent with following up, your customers will see that you're building this relationship with them, that sometimes those follow-up orders come to you without even checking in on them. The biggest thing though is being consistent with it. You have to be consistent. You can't start a follow-up system in July and expect in August that you're just going to get all of these orders coming in from follow-ups. It takes time, as does everything. You have to give it time, but you have to be consistent. And even if you don't think that it's working, like, yes, if something's not working, you should take a step back and look to see, like, how can I tweak this and make this work? But even if it just works for one person, like, keep doing it. Keep being consistent, reaching out to your customers. One way that I have found, like, that is a follow-up that my customers don't even realize is a follow-up is in my VIP group. I post polls. I know Whitney posts polls on, like, her Instagram story and her Facebook story. Post a poll, like, what are we thinking about this month's scent of the month? Oh, you didn't get a scent? Like, people will comment and go, I didn't get a scent of the month sample. Oh, well, my samples are only for people who have ordered in the last 60 days. In order to get on my Happy Mail list for that, is there anything that you want me to order for you? You know, things like that. Like, but this way, because some people don't even want to comment on polls, they just like that they can click. They just click yes or no. Like, and I'll normally put up like a love it, gotta have it, meh, it's okay, or a not for me. I don't ever put like love it or hate it, because some people, like, that's a strong word. We don't ever want to be that, we don't want to be negative. But if the people that are like, oh my gosh, I love it, but they didn't comment, you better believe I'm going to send them a message and be like, oh my gosh, so you loved it. I actually have like 4 bars of it on hand. If you want me to swing it by, I totally can. That's cash in my pocket. And then once they get, a lot of the times people will be like, oh, well, you know what? I needed a light bulb too. Or I just used the last of my washer whips too. Can we add that to my order? Absolutely. Like, just your follow-ups don't have to be strictly, hey, how do you like your product that you just ordered? If you make it like a natural, organic conversation, people will see that you're being genuine. As long as you're just doing you and being genuine and authentic, that's all you can do. But your customers will see that. So that's all I have. That's it. Unless anybody has any questions.
So good. Y'all are getting all the info. I have a few things. I'm not sure if Anya does, but no, not yet. Okay. So the one thing I forgot to talk about was the link with people. So if someone messages you, and Katrina just shared something that happened to her, was it today or yesterday? Today, and it's a great idea. I've actually seen a few other consultants that aren't on our team literally just post about this, but if someone comes to you and they're like, oh my gosh, that would be the perfect gift for my office people or for a group of people, or if you know that, so the first thing is to train your customers to let you know when they're going to order, because you can either put it under an online order that maybe isn't doing so well, or if you have a mystery host or whatever it may be. But if you know that someone is about to do a very large order, offer to make a party link for them there, and don't call it a party link if you don't want to. You can say just your personal link, your personal shopping link. So if you know that someone's going to order $100 or more worth of things, offer to make them a link and say, if you get $100 more in orders from your friends, you get $20 free and a half price. So always looking for ways to flip that one sale into a larger sale. Same thing for people who maybe order and you are following up right when they order it to say thank you for your order, and they say something like, oh, I wish I could have gotten more, but it's just not going to work right now. That's when you say, well, let me make whatever, if it's possible to flip the link that they ordered on, or to get it switched over to make their own shopping link, and don't call it a party. So what I've seen some other consultants do with this new catalog is say, who wants their own personal shopping link for the brand new catalog coming out? Plain and simple. And people are getting some really good responses from it. And it's funny that Katrina talked about this, but the other thing with this whole training is we've showed you so many different ways to get PRV. I hope y'all are taking notes, are going to rewatch it and take notes. But with all of this training going on, what's the main thing that we're talking about? Does anybody know? Like, what's the main thing that we're telling you over and over again of how to get PRV? It's parties, because we are a party plan company. That is how we exist. That is our existence. That's why we're here. So if you're not ready or wanting to party, you're probably in the wrong place, just plain and simple. Like Katrina said, can you eventually build up to where your follow-ups get you what you need? 100%. But for you to be consistently building a business, you're going to need to consistently party. And find which party works for you. I've tried bag parties. I've tried all different kinds. And me personally, with my schedule and our family schedule, online parties work best for me because I can do them throughout the day. I can schedule posts. I can go live when I have a minute, and it's not a certain time because it doesn't work for me. So try all the things to figure out what works for you, especially if you're a new consultant. Katrina, do you want to say something?
Yeah. So I hope that didn't come out the wrong way.
No.
No. So when I say that, like, you absolutely can get to a point, and like Whitney said, it's not like something like next month where you could just be like, I don't have any parties booked. I'm just going to follow up and get my 200 to be active. I'm going to get my 500 so I can be paid a title. No, it honestly is one of those situations where if I have tried everything in my power, and if I'm being honest, that month I didn't try everything in my power to get parties booked. I was having a bad month. I legitimately feel like I got lucky that month because I was able to sit back and go, if I was able to get 500 PRV or 1,000 PRV, or not, let's not say 1,000. If I was able to get 800 PRV off of follow-ups, but we're in the middle of an incentive period. If I had just had one party booked, one party, which is $200, I would have gotten that 1,000 for my consistency bonus. Like, so don't ever think that like you're getting lucky by getting that much PRV from that type of situation. It's more in the fact that you need to sit back and self-reflect, and you have to realize, like, man, so had I actually put in the work, had I actually gotten 3-4 parties booked, I probably would have had over 2,000 PRV this month and gotten a 5% raise. Like, and another charm on my bracelet, because I love my charm bracelet. You know, like, you have to, don't just sit back and be like, I'm good, got my 500, I'm good, because I just did follow-ups and I didn't even do any parties. Your business is not going to grow like that. It's really not. But that was it.
No, and that's what I was saying. Like, it can be done, and Katrina's been doing this a while, so it's totally different too for Katrina rather than someone who maybe just started, because she has those customers to follow up with. But yeah, we're a party planning company. That's what we're here for. And that's one of the things that Chloe told me early on. She was like, if you want consistent high PRV, you're going to have to consistently party. Whatever that looks like for you as a party, that's what you need to do. So the only thing that we didn't talk about, which I'm actually doing right now, and I know we've all done this, is a mystery host party. I try to do them every few weeks. That gives people the opportunity to order, but you have to be careful about how you share those, because it can be out of compliance to tell them that they have to order to be entered. But that's another way. So all of the training tonight obviously was centered around parties, and that's how you're going to get your consistent high PRV. We get consistency points for this incentive. So if you have not reached your 1,000 PRV the first month, that should be your focus tomorrow. And some of y'all are so very close that it would literally be a follow-up or a few, you know. So don't let this month slip by without getting that first month squared away, because that means you don't have any room for error for the next 5 months, because you have to get the 5 out of 6. So, if Anya, did you have anything else? We gave y'all all the ideas for parties, whatever it looks like to you. And the only other thing I had was for online parties. There are so many different ways. I wanted that to be one of our main focuses tonight, because that's kind of where we are in life, right? That's how most of us are doing our parties right now with everything going on. But there are so many different ways that you can do an online party, whether it be live, whether it be scheduled, whether it be at a certain time, or whether it be a week or a few days. There are just so many options out there. I know Anya has a mock one where she did one live. I have a mock one. If you put it on YouTube, there's tons of ideas. But just try them and see what works for you. So that's all we had for you tonight. We'll be posting the homework here in a little bit. Thank y'all so much for joining us. I'm going to stop recording.